Hello, all you coin aficionados out there, and welcome to the next in our series of Canada 1 cent coins. This video we have the 1944, the 1945, and the 1946 Canada 1 cent coins. All of the coins here are bronze, but these all follow the 1943 changing of the alloys that were made that were used to make the coins. And so these coins are all 98% copper, 0.5% tin, and 1.5% zinc. These are from the Canadian World War II years. As you see, they have 1 cent at the top. They have two maple leaves in the center on a branch of maple. The date 1946, 1945, 1944, right here at about the 8 o'clock position on a clock, an analog clock. And then at the bottom they have the country name Canada. All of these coins again are made of bronze. They're 3.24 grams in weight, 19 millimeters in diameter, and 1.65 millimeters thick. In 1944, there were 44 million of the 1 cent coins made. In 1945, there were 77 million. In 1946, there was almost 57 million of these coins made. 1944 in Canada was the midst of World War II. It is also the year 1944 on June 6th that D-Day occurred, and that was the Allied invasion of France in Normandy. 1945 marked the end of the war, World War II. The war ended in Europe on May 8th. In Canada, that's called VE Day, Victory in Europe Day. And it ended in the Far East on August 15th, and that's called VJ Day, or Victory in Japan Day. Throughout the course of the war, over 1 million Canadians fought in World War II, and over 42,000 Canadians were killed in World War II. So this is the end of the war years. 1946, the year after the war ended, people were still obviously putting the pieces back together. And as they started trying to get things back on track, they released the Japanese Canadians, or in other words, they released the Canadians that were Japanese, of a Japanese ancestry that they had interred. And the sad thing was that they not only released them, but they ordered all of them deported to Japan. So, like the United States, Japan interned its Japanese ancestry citizens. Unlike the United States, after the war, Canada moved to deport all of their Japanese Canadian citizens. This was the start of, at the time when Canada started moving towards independence, or complete independence from Britain, but it took a long time. On May 14, 1946, they passed the Canadian Citizenship Act of 1946, and it created a citizenship of Canadians which was different from the British, even though Canada was still a dominion of Britain at the time. So in terms of the mintages, the 1944 was 44 million of these coins were minted, 1945 77 million, and again 1946, 57 million. Thanks for watching the DC Coin World International Coin channel. And if you have any comments or suggestions, please put them in our comment section. And feel free to subscribe if you enjoy looking at international or world coins.